Well, welcome to the party, Sean.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were going solo here.
Yeah, I was going to go solo there for a moment. I thought, here we go. Yes, Sean bailed out on me, but no, our picks didn't bail out on us this weekend, though. We had a pretty good weekend overall, I feel. I mean, yesterday in my soccer picks, I picked the one stupid soccer tie. Every other game ended up 2-1, but overall had a 4-0 Saturday and then a 1-2 on Sunday. But I'll take any weekend where I'm 5-2 across the days.
Yeah, Saturday night we combined 9-1, and profit was $200. So we did really good on Saturday. And then yesterday,
not bad. We also talked about taking the 4 picks we agree and parlaying them, and I wish we would have. What was that, like 5 plus 500 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think you didn't want to get greedy after doing it the night before.
Well, greed and fear. I should have been more fearful than greedy.
Yeah,
well, I think I was suffering from fear, so I probably should have been more greedy.
Yeah. I'm maybe starting to get a little bit on track here with baseball. I was really struggling, so I gotta.
Well, you finally got on your hometown Phillies, and they're the hottest team in baseball.
Yeah, I had that prediction right during the All-Star break too. That the Phillies figured the Mets weren't going to keep going as they were, and the Braves I didn't feel were competition with Acuna.
Well, the Braves aren't all that far off
right
now.
The Braves are ahead of the Mets too, so. It was more the fact the Mets just slumping. Like 7 out of 8 they've lost, and the Phillies win 8 in a row, so they've gained 7 games right there. So it's
bang, just like that, snap of the fingers. They went all Thanos on the Mets. Thanos.
Yeah, I mean, the Phillies bullpen's getting healthier and a lot better than what it was. I mean, they're not blowing games like they were, and then when you get starts from Wheeler complete game, you don't even have to worry about the bullpen.
No, you don't when he goes the entire distance. That was nice for both of us yesterday. My Houston Astros didn't come through, but what can you do? Then one other thing, we talked about golf on Wednesday. Put 2 names out there for you, and one of them went on to win the tournament.
Yeah, Abraham Answer. Yeah.
We don't take action on a guy to win, though, because that's just too crazy. We mentioned a few people that have played well as possible contenders, but we only focus on terms of plays on the guys that could finish in the top 20, top 40, top that sort of thing. And in that area, we were 1 for 2. Answer was plus 100. I think Corey Connors was plus 150. So break even week there. I wish I would have taken Answer to win.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know what his exact odds were, but they had to be up there. I mean,
I think they were like 2,800 to 1 or something like that. So not plus 200, not 28 to 1. Yeah, plus 28. Yeah, so I think that's what it was, plus 2,800. So we have a really light schedule of baseball today, Sean. And there's a lesson today to be learned in this light schedule of baseball that I will get to as we go through the schedule. But let's take a look at what is available. And we'll start with the first game of the night, in terms of on the board anyway. The Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Guardians in the Battle of Ohio. Have you ever been through Ohio?
I actually stayed at Ohio a couple days. We went to a Jets-Browns game. I've been there 2 years.
You stayed there for 2 years? But
No. 2 back-to-back years, Jets played in Cleveland, and my brother and I went.
To watch them play?
Yeah, and the one year we even stopped at Thistle Downs, I believe it was.
For horse racing.
We're the only people that do the same thing on vacation that we do at home.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's if they say if you do something you love, you never work a day of your life. If you just live a life like vacation, I guess it's some derivative of that. But I went to Ohio for my son's soccer tournament, and I swear to you, they have more like bail stops, like these little stores, if you need bail money in Ohio than I've seen anywhere else. Like a little corner in the town with like 75 people, there's a store for posting bail. I mean, is there like does everybody in Ohio go to jail, or what is up with that?
I don't know. I couldn't answer that one.
Yeah, I don't know, but I found that kind of interesting because I live in Chicago, one of the craziest cities on the planet, hands down, and there's no bail stores, so I couldn't figure that out. Probably because Kim Fox, our district attorney, got rid of bail. So they put ankle monitors on people and send them home and then tell them they're allowed to be outside for 48 hours. They don't have to be home for 48 hours with their ankle monitors. That's not even house arrest. I don't even know what you call that. It's just like playtime. I don't know. Recess, right? Yeah, prison recess. But anyway, let's look at the games today. Cincinnati and Cleveland. In Cleveland, the visiting Reds are the big favorite here, Sean. Any chance that you're going to take the visiting Reds to continue on their winning ways?
Yeah, but I'm not going to take them straight up. I'm not going to take them giving up a run and a half. One, Luis Castillo's pitching. He's been really hot. We've talked about this for a while, and I'm usually on the Reds when he's going. And what I'm going to do here is you can get over 6.5 strikeouts minus 110. In his last 4 games, he's been over. And he's, like I said, he's been pitching really well. So I'm expecting him to get 7 or more strikeouts tonight. And then I'll also combine the Reds with a team later that we'll get to.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to do a parlay with the Reds.
Yeah.
And Luis Castillo over 6 strikeouts.
Yeah. Well, Luis Castillo I'll do as a separate official bet, $30 on him to get over 6.5 strikeouts minus 110.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm not doing any player props because I don't do those very often. When I did, as you mentioned on a previous show, that DraftKings was doing a free $10 thing. I did it, and the Trevor Story was an RBI away from me going 5 for 5. And he had a guy on second, got a single, and the guy didn't score. That's like, what? But anyway, that's the way it goes. But for me, this game,
that had to be pretty good odds.
Yeah, it was like plus 625 or something like that. And I got 4 out of 5. The one I did not get was Story getting the RBI. And if usually on a single and a guy at second, there's a run scored, but I guess they didn't send them. And they ended up, it was just probably one of the few times they don't send them. But anyway, the Reds are minus 175. They're getting about 3/4 of the public play in terms of tickets and a little bit closer to 90 cents on the money. I agree that the Reds are the play here. Minus 175 is outside my zone. If that comes down to minus 167, if it goes back to where it opened at minus 164, I'd be on the Reds in this spot. Maybe, because Cleveland has the run differential advantage. So that would get me off the game even if it came down to my number. Too many mixed signals in this game for me. Cincinnati has the power ranking advantage. Cleveland has the run scoring advantage. I can't take any side in this game. So hopefully your boy Castillo strikes out 10 in the first 3 and a third innings, and you don't have to worry.
Well, the other thing here is Sam Hedges, the left-handed pitcher. Reds are pretty good. I think like 11-8, 12-8 versus lefties. Plus, he doesn't go very deep in games, and he's only pitched 9 innings so far this year, and he's given up like 9 or 10 runs. So he's going to go an inning or two and give up a few runs, and then they're going to be into the bullpen. So
yeah, that's the way I hope it goes anyway. Milwaukee and Chicago here in my hometown. It's going to be hot and humid again today. Might be some rain in the forecast. I don't know if that's going to have any impact on the game at all, but I would expect another high-scoring game here in Chicago because of the weather. Don't know what the total is there, Sean. But once again, you have a number minus 200 or minus 191 for Milwaukee. And then if you look at the run line, it's minus 130, 133, 125. I can't do that at either side of the game. Milwaukee has a major power ranking advantage, maybe run differential, and that's before all the Cubs got shipped off to other parts of the country. So I'm off this game too.
Well, you got Freddie Peralta going for Milwaukee, and to answer your question, the total's 9. Freddie Peralta's been really good, and then Milwaukee's got that bullpen too. So they should be able to shut the Cubs down pretty good. This is the game I'm going to do the parlay. I'm going to take Cincinnati to win and Milwaukee to win for $30, and I'm getting plus 133.
Cincinnati and Milwaukee, 2 road teams in baseball when, on average, the home team wins 54%. So
yeah, there's a lot of road favorites tonight, and they're all looking pretty good too. Drew Priddy, Priddy, Rich, you're the host. How you pronounce that? Said I just took Brewers minus 1.5, but was thinking White Sox, but changed my mind. I would probably go with Milwaukee too, if I had to pick the two.
Between Milwaukee and well, I would probably go that way too, because being in Chicago too, it seems like Minnesota always has the White Sox number, so it's a tough spot usually for it's one of those rivalries, same division, 2 teams that don't like each other, that sort of thing. Looking at that game that's next on the board, the White Sox do have the power ranking advantage. They do have the run differential advantage. According to the way that the simulations work that I do, they should win this game 68 out of 100 times. They have a winning record on the road. Minnesota stinks at home, only winning at 40%, though they did go down into Houston and beat a better Houston squad. I think, 3 out of 4?
Yeah,
right,
and they're starting to play a little bit better. And the other thing is they always score runs. We talk about this. They're like, I just looked 65 and 41 against the over. So
yeah, and as far as the bets are concerned, 80% of the tickets are on the White Sox, and 83% of the money is following you, Drew. So I think that you're probably on the right side there. It's just these games are always very tight between those two teams.
Well, he said he took Milwaukee minus the 1.5 and was going to take the White Sox, but changed it to Milwaukee. So
that's
with Milwaukee right now.
He's with Milwaukee. Yep. I can't. I refuse to do run lines that are negative. Just Sean knows all about that, and he's unfortunately tasted that sting too.
But you know what? I just did that. I showed you that parlay yesterday. 3 of them were minus 1.5, and they were negative run lines. And then I had another one as well, and $20, I got like $230 back, so it worked out. Here though, the White Sox Minnesota, what I really want to do, but I'm not going to make an official play. I'm looking at that over 10 with Minnesota. I mean, Giolito is a really good pitcher. Giolito, yeah, there you go. Really good pitcher, but he does give up runs, and the guy Minnesota's got gives up runs and hasn't pitched you. So I could expect a lot of runs here, but I'm not gonna make an official play.
I would rather do the run to total in the Cubs game because I know how hot and humid it is here today, and the ball we talked about before. Wrigley Field becomes a little league ballpark when it's hot, and it's hot. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, and humid, some balls leaving that yard. So I don't know. Let's think, who's the home run hitter? What's the guy's name? The outfielder who always seems to do very well against the Cubs. I can't remember his name right now. Tell me some of the Minnesota outfielders' names.
Milwaukee.
Yes, Milwaukee.
So. Well, I'm looking at you got Yelich for home runs.
Not Yelich.
Yeah, I know.
Keep going. Just read down the list.
Well,
all right, forget reading down the
list. Willie Adams. I don't know which outfielder.
No, just read off the players' names from Milwaukee.
Okay. Well, I'll just go down the home run list. You got Garcia, Yelich, Bote, Escobar, Dietschman, Happ, Wong, Narvaez, Wisdom, Ortega, Contreras, and Adams. That's all.
None of those guys. Yeah. All right, we are going to talk about the Royals right now, Drew. That's where we're headed next. New York Yankees, Kansas City Royals. Where are you going here, Sean?
I'm not going anywhere, but I do kind of find the Royals intriguing. But the Yankees have been hot, so I couldn't pull the trigger. But out of all the underdogs tonight, I could see Kansas City being the one to win here.
This is the only game I was even contemplating today, and that is Kansas City at plus 150. But the Yankees have been playing much better baseball as late. They do have the power ranking advantage. However, there's a pretty sizable run differential advantage for Kansas City. And when you look at the game, the simulation's about 50-50 between the two. The Yankees have the slight edge about 51-49, so I count that as close to 50-50. This game is a 50-50 game to me, and if you're going to play a 50-50 game, you have to take the team with the plus line. I think Kansas City, if I were going to make any play tonight, and this is the lesson, sometimes you run through the card, you find something you don't like. And if you force things, I find that more often than not, when you force things, you tend to end up on the wrong side of that. As far as the money is concerned right now, it looks like the folks agree with us on this Kansas City play, at least the smart money, Drew, because the tickets are about 55, 56% in favor of the Yankees, but the money is over 60 cents on the dollar on the Kansas City squad tonight. So if you're going to play any kind of plus line tonight, to me, the only plus line that makes any sense is the Royals.
Yeah, the only thing with me, twice now in the last week, I went against the Yankees and I had a 3-0 lead, and they blew it. They came back both times. I had them with Miami, and then I had them with Seattle, and Yankees came back both times. So they're definitely heating up with the acquisitions and stuff. So,
well, they're definitely playing like they were supposed to.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
unfortunately, I can't back either side tonight. So, lesson for me is, if there's nothing that I don't like that doesn't meet my requirements, I just sit on the sidelines and watch. It's a free night of watching, I guess, even though you have that itchy feeling for sure. Last game on the night is Miami and San Diego. I mean, San Diego, again, minus 245, 250, big number underneath. Miami with Zach Thompson could maybe factor because he's a solid pitcher, but they're just a completely different team when they're away from Miami. They're away from Miami. I don't see them winning in this spot.
No, but San Diego's offense is struggling. The only thing I will say is these pitchers are going the opposite way. Thompson's starting to give up some runs and not pitching as good, where Musgrave, he's given up like 3 runs in his last 3 starts. So he's been pitching really good. So I could go either way.
83% of the money is on the Padres, minus 254. Even if you go to run line the Padres, minus 1.5, you're getting minus 120, minus 115. I think if there's any line here that I would probably rule break, taking a negative run line on the game, it would be with San Diego. So maybe if I were going to do anything tonight, and I know at some point, when the clock is ticking down and the first pitch is about to start, I'll throw something in there just for fun. I'll probably end up taking Kansas City and then parlaying them with the run line for San Diego, but it's not official. But that's probably what I'll do tonight, just so that I have something to keep me interested.
Yeah, my only concern with that is San Diego's offense is really struggling without Tatis, so that would be my only thing. But Musgrave should be able to shut down Miami's offense. I mean, he's been pitching really great lately, and Drew should have sat out as well, he's saying.
Yeah, I think, it's just one of those things you got to have the discipline. And that's the key to being successful in this game is having discipline. And if you have discipline, as I mentioned before, I put a small amount of money in my account more than a year ago. I haven't put another dollar in cents. I have 3 times more money today than I had back then. So I'm pretty happy about that. And it's all about money management and picking your spots. And today, like I said, I'll probably put something small on Kansas City with San Diego, just a couple of bucks, just to have some action. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, I call it loose change parlay. What a loose change parlay is to me, say you had $247.22. I'll take the $2.27, so make it $2.45. Throw it on a parlay and see what happens.
Yeah, the only reason I really like tonight is Luis Castillo with Cincinnati has been money for me lately. So him starting against Cleveland. Cincinnati was 8-2 in their last 10. Like, this was a must play for me.
All right. Well, that wraps up all the baseball games for today, Sean. There's a much better roster tomorrow. We'll definitely have some plays there for sure. And then, of course, on Wednesday, we'll be back with golf picks again. And the NFL is about to get cracking. So make sure you, if you haven't yet, sign up for us at subscribe at the YouTube, hit that bell so that when we get started every day at 4:30 Eastern, you're notified. And then sign up at Twitter or Facebook at Moneyline Madmen. Tell your friends about us, however it is you communicate. Friends don't let friends bet without Sean and I. Anything else, Sean, before we go?
No, I think that's it. I mean, my bankroll grew this weekend, so I'm gonna try to play light or play really smart, like we always try to do anyway. But keep that.
My bankroll grew too. I'm in the plus. We've been live on TV now for 6 weeks now. YouTube TV, yeah, right. And I'm plus line. So if you find anybody else out there that tracks every one of their picks, puts them out there to be seen, and then at the end of 6 weeks is still profitable, and not hiding your picks, you're at the right place. So make sure you tell your friends about us. We'll be back tomorrow with a lot. Looking forward to NFL getting started pretty soon. College football. We'll have plenty to talk about. And one last thing, make sure you head over to our sponsor, Horse Racing Radar. Terry and I put out our pick fours today for Presque Isle Downs. It's about to get started. Yesterday, I played a pick 4 at Del Mar and actually turned $27 into a little more than $600. So hopefully we have something similar on tap today at Presque Isle Downs.
Yeah, and Drew, talk to you later, and join us other times this week. We like having comments and feedback other than Rich and I, so we appreciate it.
All right, until we meet again in 23 hours and 30 minutes. As always, everybody, hopefully all your tickets tonight, even though you should have probably sat it out, are winners.